Welcome to episode 3 of Jackie Robinson and the Montreal Royals 1946 season in review. March turned into April, and on the first day of the month, team president Hector Racine told the press that he had been amazed by Jackie Robinson's performance since camp had begun, which was kind of surprising given that Jackie's play had been anything but stellar up to that point. That tells me that the plan was to have Jackie start the season in Montreal no matter how he fared in spring training. On April 2nd, the Royals played the parent Dodgers. Jackie had 2 hits, a walk, and stole a base. The Brooklyn Eagle reported that the segregated stands behind right field where African American fans sat literally shook with a spasm of hysteria after his first hit of the game. Papers also reported that Dodgers second baseman Eddie Stanky ran, quote, unnecessarily into Robinson while he covered first base. You'd wonder if that incident could be race-related. Then again, in 1947, when they were teammates in Brooklyn, Stanky was one of Robinson's biggest supporters, and the two men became close. So it might have had more to do with the fact that Robinson played second base just like Stanky, and that Stanky feared for his job. A fear that materialized after the 1947 season, when Stanky was traded to the Boston Braves so Jackie could play second base full-time. On April 4th, the Dodgers signed 2 more African Americans, future Hall of Famer Roy Campanella, 24, and Don Newcomb, 19, who played 10 years in the majors, winning a Cy Young and an MVP award in 1956. Both men played in Montreal later on, but spent the 1946 season in Nashua, New Hampshire, where the Dodgers had a B-level farm club. The next day, the team announced 4 more cancellations. Games that were scheduled to be played in Jacksonville, Savannah, Georgia, and Richmond, Virginia were scratched because those cities had no interest in hosting integrated games. The club's brass also indicated that another game that was scheduled to be played in DeLand, the city with the faulty lighting, had been moved to Daytona Beach. So, when it was all said and done, the presence of black players on the Royals led to 7 cancellations during spring training. It would also lead the Dodgers to move spring training out of the state of Florida to the neighboring island nation of Cuba in 1947. One of the events that really entered spring training lore also happened on April 5th, according to my research. The Royals were playing the Indianapolis Indians of the American Association. Before the game, Paul Derringer, a veteran of 15 seasons in the majors, offered to help test Jackie Robinson. Robinson went to the plate twice. On both occasions, Derringer knocked him down. And on both occasions, Jackie picked himself up, dusted himself off, and hit the following pitch for a base hit. After the game, Derringer allegedly told Cleoper that Jackie would be alright in the International League. Now, did the Kentucky-born Derringer offer his help only because he was a generous soul looking to help an opposing club? Probably not. But anyway. On April 6th, the Royals lost 4-1 against St. Paul of the American Association. The losing pitcher was John Wright, the other African American in camp, who gave up 3 runs in 3 innings pitched. At that point in time, there was even more action happening off the field than on it. The Royals had a game scheduled to be played in Sanford, Florida, the city which Robinson and Wright had to flee out of fear for their safety early in camp. City authorities allegedly asked the Royals not to bring their black players to Sanford, but the team, in compliance to his new policy on the matter, said no. Jackie was in the starting lineup, had a single and scored a run in his first at-bat, and played 2 innings of defense. And that's when things went south. If you've seen the movie 42, you probably remember that scene with the police chief coming onto the field during play to tell Jackie he had to leave the premises. Well, that's not how it happened. The Sanford police chief went between innings to Cleoper and told him he would stop the game if Jackie and John Wright weren't sent to the locker room. Hopper felt he had no choice but to oblige. Remarkably, Jackie managed to put all that behind him, and the very next day he hit a triple, walked, stole a base, and scored 2 runs in a Royals loss. On April 8th, the club sold second baseman Lou Rokelli to St. Paul. Rokelli was Robinson's main rival for the position of starting second baseman, and selling him was pretty much a confirmation that Jackie would be making the trip north with Montreal. And Rokelli really deserves kudos for the way he behaved in spring training that year. He really helped Jackie master second base, a position he had never played before, despite the fact that they were vying for the same job. He truly was a great teammate and a great company man during that camp. So, we're almost there. Jackie and the Royals are ready to start the season. I'll have a new video online on April 18th, 69 years to the day after Jackie's memorable first game in the International League. You don't want to miss it. In the meantime, follow the Royals on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Royals_46season. And thanks very much for listening.